Well, good evening, everyone. For those of you that I hope I've met everyone, but just in case, my name is Deshae Hearn. I am very blessed to be the Sheriff Citizens Academy coordinator. Been here, this is our 8th class, and so we're very thankful. It's been wonderful to get to know all of you, and we're so thankful for our plus ones that are here this evening. I do want to thank all the presenters that have taken out of their time. Most of them, or all of them, have probably worked today, and it's been a long day, and so thank y'all for being here. This academy would not be the same without you. As everyone has said, we don't have anything real sexy here at the sheriff's office, meaning no helicopters or canine or anything else. But the one thing I told Sheriff Hall when I got to do my rounds from the sheriff's office is that he has something better, and that's his people. And so I hope that that's come through. Lastly, I want to thank all the class participants for being with us these 7 weeks. When you first start, you're thinking, 7 weeks. But then you get about week 3 and you're like, whoa, slow down. I know that happens, and it only happens because of you and for you taking the time out to be with us. So we're thankful for that. And last but not least, this program, this academy would not be possible without Sheriff Hall. So Sheriff Hall, thank you so much. One of the things that has come through is, from all the presenters that you've seen, is the strive for excellence. And I will tell you that comes from the top down. We all want to do a wonderful job for Sheriff Hall. He has set the standard, and for that we're all thankful, so thank you. All right, so this is your last night of directives. I know, right? So, on your table, you have got your certificate with your class photo in it, your DCSO swag bag. The clear bag is stadium approved. Yeah, I've actually seen some out and about at festivals, at games, so it's really nice that people are actually using that. And you've got a couple of swag items in there that we've got for y'all. And then tonight, you get to keep your name tag and your table tent. Yeah. Speaking of name tags, you probably noticed there's a little bling on it, a little extra. That is 168 photos that Reggie has taken throughout your time, and your class video is on that. At some point in time this week, probably Thursday or Friday, I'll send you a link to all the photos from tonight, so you'll get a copy of all those. Speaking of photos, I'm riding the Segway bus tonight. Speaking of photos, right after graduation, Sheriff Hall is going to make himself available here in front of our step and repeat. And so we'll just form a line here. And if you want to have you and your loved ones, or you want to have your picture just made by yourself with him, you will have your picture made when you come up and get your award. But if you want to have other pictures made, y'all can do it in front there. And so we'll get him through quickly, and then everybody else, if you want to just take extra pictures from up front or anywhere else, you can do that. So we'll do that. All right, so why don't we show our loved ones what you've been doing the past 6 weeks.
But I think our job should be to figure out why. Most people stop with the who. Over the next few weeks, I hope you'll see, feel, and hear a different feeling about the people who work here. Because I get to see you see the people who work here. And that's not something that happens every day.
So fun, and honestly it's made me want to go to other citizen programs.
And I'm a native Nashvilleian, so the size of this whole operation and all the things that goes into it was just absolutely mind-boggling.
Of these people who have made a mistake, gone on to correct it, want to live their lives and not have to go through that again. It's just, that took a lot of courage. And
I really think that it's the people, more than all of the equipment, more than the facilities, more than anything.
Are you mad?
I will never wear that shirt again.
I don't blame you. That's. I was going to. That was a really good segue, really, right? So, I said this several weeks ago, and I want you to just remember this. This doesn't just happen. And I'm talking about the organizational skills. My mother, my son, my daughter-in-law have been through this. By the way, I didn't ask them to. They all signed up and did their own thing. But one of the things that they said to me that I really appreciated, beyond the people that I love to death that work their tails off, is that they knew they could count on time, being fed, as much information as you can get, and the organizational skills it takes to pull something like this off. You can't just buy it, right? I don't have it. And so one of the things that I know is we are led by the best there is at doing this type of work. The thing I wanted from many years ago was someone from the community who would see it from your eyes. I've been weird all my life. This is what I've wanted to do. We all grew up in this system. And so if we're trying to project what we do, it may be jaded. But from a community person coming in to see what we do and understanding that it was really about the people, I owe every bit of that to the person who kind of got me to this point and helped us. So even though she wore a god-awful orange shirt and John captured it, let's give it up one time for Deshae Hearn. What a fantastic. Fantastic, and those of you who've done other ones and those of you who will go on to do other ones, I will put the organization and the stuff that Deshae does up against anybody. And I'm not through bragging, right? My mom is who told me this. The food's pretty darn good. She said, if you feed them good, they'll come back. That was my neighborhood, is what she used to say. So I want to give it up. Is Kelly in here? Kelly's out. We're going to give her Kelly Gassaway, let's get her in here. She'll be embarrassed, but we need to. She does all the food work for us and making sure she never wants attention, but we're going to give it to her. So Kelly Gassaway, who fed us all every week, please give it up for a round of applause. Thank you very, very much. We do some pretty cool things every now and then. We're having a derby party on Friday. No gambling and no drinking, but we're going to fake gamble and fake drink. So just to try to have a little fun in the world that's crazy, right? So Kelly Gassaway, obviously, Reggie's been along for the ride the entire time, but give it up for Reggie Scott, who's fantastic. Reggie was our Employee of the Year a few years ago, and you should know why. He's everywhere all the time and does a great job capturing the moments. John Adams is not the most favored son right now because he made Deshae mad, and I don't like Tennessee football either. So, but John Adams, who videoed that, please give it up for John. And all of our folks in the Citizens Academy and community engagement, they all work for our chief of staff, Carla West, who's in the back. Please give it up. She was in some foreign country when we started, and so, but we introduced her then, so I just wanted you to see her. She's been along for the ride for all of us. All I know to do is to ask you if you have children or loved ones, and you've ever had anyone say something good about them, what it makes you feel like. And all I want you to know is these people work really hard and hardly ever have anybody say thank you, that you've done a good job. I've always struggled with how to show appreciation to the men and women who, while we're sitting in here having fun and cutting up, are doing a very difficult job. Aside from that, very underappreciated by the community. If not for you to see them, most people never know what they do. And it is a hard, taxing, difficult job. And so just the fact that you signed up, you went through this to see them, you don't understand that. That makes them feel more pride about themselves, telling you about the property. Where's Wendy? Wendy in here? I love Wendy Dillon, right? Property. My mom was blown away with the laundry. Now, you can't make the laundry sexy. I don't care what you say. Or property. But our people make it sexy. The people who take pride in doing the laundry. I mean, so my thank you is for signing up, but you made somebody's night a little better by coming and seeing them do it. 40 years, never had a person call me and thank me. I don't need that in my job. They need it. Their job is tough. And so it's as you walk, I love the pictures because we're trying to show you how it works. There's so much to it that you don't think about. We serve over 1 million meals a year. You ever think about religious diets, special diets? Think about that. How do you get all that? What about injuries? I was telling a story this morning. Years ago in this line of work, we had a completely paraplegic inmate, deaf, blind. You ever thought about how you communicate? Got to go to court? You write in the hand. Right? Think about COVID. Everyone worried about COVID. We had to worry. What about living in a unit with 64 people in the same air? There's just so much to this world that's behind the scenes, and it would stay behind the scenes. The media is very difficult, not their fault. You can't expose it all. There are security risks with showing everything, the doors and the locks. So it's kind of hidden from you, not on purpose, but just by nature. Most people never sign up to go see it. And if all you do is watch the movies, it's not fair, right? I don't think. So for me, I was convinced by Deshae to try this thing. I didn't believe her. I didn't believe you would ever want to come. I didn't. But I appreciate the fact that you did it. And it's more important to that person who's coming to work today and someone walked by the property room or the booking room or the BCC or the laundry, and you made them feel more proud of what they're doing. And I just appreciate you for that. I'm going to leave you with this. There are two parts of law enforcement. Who and why. The who is making the arrest of the person. The why is trying to arrest the problem, and hopefully arresting that will prevent it from happening. That's who we should be. Your tax dollars should want that. I believe your heart should want that. Your head should want that. We want to figure out why someone breaks into your house and stop it. Not a lot of proof that punishment works, by the way. Just locking people up has never really worked. You got to figure out why they did it. And we're working hard to do that so that the men and women who are coming in custody while we're sitting here have a better chance of being successful out there. I always think about it more as how you describe what we do. And I've probably told you on the front end. I've always believed what we do is run time out. In my house, time out was where my children would sit while we tried to figure out where the misunderstanding was. Right? I've told my son, I didn't always like you, but when you're in timeout, I've always loved you as my son. I will always do that. When someone's made a mistake, we shouldn't ignore they need to be loved by their family and by us to figure out how they're going to be successful. You don't have to like it, right? And so our role here is we have you in timeout. We didn't bring you here. We don't even get to let you go. The courts do that. But while you're here, we have a job and a duty, but I hope we find a way to give you some tools to make you better prepared to be successful. And that's not easy anymore. It's a very difficult, challenging world. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of what makes our staff feel a little more pride about what they do. I hope if I'd given you a pre-test and post-test, I hope the answers would be different. I don't know what they were. I don't know what they are. But if you spend all these weeks and all you did is like the food, I'm okay with that. But I hope you walk away with the people who work here on your mind, and not the toys and not the helicopters and boats. It is true that we had a horse one time. I didn't know that. Went to a parade. I looked beside me, one of our staff's riding a horse in a uniform. I said, what is that? So we don't have horses, but we rode one in a parade once. So let's do this. Let's do some formal stuff, get some pictures made, give some gifts away, and have some fun for the rest of the night. Thank you very much. See you in a few minutes.
I'm going to call y'all's names, and if you'd come up and get a picture with Sheriff Hall. Hannah Bond. Alicia Cagle. Dawn D'Ambrosi. Ben Davis. Samantha Estes. Scotty Frazier. Sorry. I was looking at the names. Brittany Fox. I was looking at the names. Kiana Gill. Deborah Hayes. Frank Hayes. Carmela Hodges Matthews. Richard Jolly. Kay Lancaster. Carolyn Lance. Richard Lance. Netra McLean. Kristen Mueller.
If you don't know, I do morning line once a month for 22 years. Kristen, Brittany, and I got to be at Channel 5 and Chief West and some others at 7:30 once a month.
Well, we gotta be there before you, but yeah.
They're worried every month, like, he's not going to be here, I'm in the parking lot.
So,
I sleep here, we're heading over there.
so that's a plug for Morning Line tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, News Channel 5 Plus. And then Talk of the Town, 11.
That's right, see, it's a lot easier.
Carolyn Wrench. I'm sorry, Karen. Where'd I get Carolyn? Angela Renz.
My wife, I don't know how open she was about all this, but one of the sexy things we have going on is her son. So, we believe that our people and Mr. Popovich is a rock star in this organization.
He is.
So, very proud of him. Thank you very much.
Charlotte Shuttlesworth. Angela Smith. Clay Stafford. Jafar Ware. Last but certainly not least, Michael Williams. We do have one special presentation. Angela, if you and Popovich would like to come down. For those of our guests, Popovich is Angela's mother, or Popovich is Angela's son, excuse me.
Mom, you're a mama?
And she had something made for him that she's going to present, so.
Don't make me cry.
What do you want me to do with this? Oh, okay. I'm not giving a speech. But behalf of class 008, yeah, we have this for Deshay.
Thank you very much.
And this for Deshay. Sheriff Hall and Reggie. Thank you. Oh, the flowers are yours too. Sorry. Our hands are full.
Thank you very much. Thank y'all very much. Y'all have just been a great class. I've had so many presenters talk about your class and talk about the great questions you've asked, the deep questions. So thank you very much. I'm going to turn it over to Sheriff Hall for last comment.
Yeah, great. The people that are still here, they've worked all day. They did get to eat with you, but I want to ask you to give it up for the presenters that are still here and all the folks who really made it happen. Thank you. Yes. That's awesome. That's one sexy bunch back there. As far as I'm concerned, they are. That's right. That's right. So, Deshae and I talked earlier today about a couple things. She does a really good job of staying in touch with you guys, and we've even talked of kind of having some sort of an alumni or a group to get back together every now and then. My mother will follow. She'll call me tomorrow. How many graduated? How'd they do? I mean, so there is a following of that, and folks who've taken the time to do what you do. There are times throughout the year, I think you guys participated in your class, but there are things throughout the year that we may run into, a need, a help, and so she'll communicate that. We do a last-minute toy store, which I'm sure was brought up several times at the end of the year, where we collect stuff all year long. And every year I go to that, there's one or two people walk up and say, I was in the fourth class or the third class. And so there's people who stay involved. If you want to do that, I hope you'll find a way to do it. The other thing I'm going to ask you to do, just there's somebody in your life who probably won't sign up to do something like this. Whether it's, oh gosh, whatever the reasons not to do it. I encourage you to ask the person who doesn't like what we do. Ask the person who doesn't understand what we do. I mean, like I've said many a times, we're not trying to find people to agree with everything. We're just trying to find ways to educate everybody and let everybody sort out what their views are. And one of my favorite things, I do the morning line for many, many years, and I go, you go, if you've never done that, it's an interesting life. You sit there, you have no idea who's calling, and all of a sudden, okay, line one, bang. Well, your heart drops because you have no idea what they're going to do. And in this line of work, it could be anybody. And so for several months, maybe a year or more, there was a person, and every time I was on the show, this is how I would start. Yeah, Ann on line one, click. And then Ann would wear me out over what we weren't doing right in our warrant division. I don't even know what the issues were. But every time I would be on there, she would say, and here's what's going on at address 1420. I'd write all that down and come back over here, and we'd call and we'd try to get Ann. But to be honest with you, Ann was not easy to please. I worked hard. We worked hard. Everybody worked hard. I got to know Ann really well. Month after month, I dreaded the phone at Channel 5. I didn't ask her. Deshae was going through the candidates that were going to go through the class, and I didn't know Ann's last name, and there is Ann, I don't even know the name. And she goes, this is that woman that calls in on Channel 5 every month. And I went, you can be in our class? I can't get away from this woman. What am I doing? And so I'm not kidding you. She went through 8 weeks of this. She has never, I don't know if she's ever called back since I've been on there. And the point I'm trying to make is she had a view, whatever that was. She may have had a bad experience. I don't know. But I just hope that we've had people who've come through this who have very little knowledge. We've had other people who have family, and my mother had no idea what I do. So I don't care how you get here. I just hope you'll find someone and recommend to them. Take the time to go on and find the interest and maybe help educate the public. That's what we're trying to do. So you'll have a better understanding of what we really do here. Anything else officially? We will, I know we've got pictures if we want to, but thank you one more time. Thank you for all you've been here and all the work you've done with our folks. Thank you.
I'm going to move this table back, but if y'all want to start forming a line here, we'll have pictures made with Sheriff Hall. Reggie will take them.